Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Big Dumb Monsters. I'm Nick,
And I am Chris.
and this week we are talking about the absolute classic Bride of Frankenstein.
Yeah, it really, I don't think it gets better than this when it comes to these Universal Monsters classics.
It really does. I think this is the high water mark.
Yeah. I said this when we did the Creature a couple weeks ago. Like, that one is my personal favorite, but I think this is like right there neck and neck with it for me personally. But I think, critically, this is the high mark, like you said, of the Universal Monsters.
Just the mood, the themes, just everything in this movie. It's just so good, top to bottom. We have a couple of gripes, but they're pretty minor.
Yeah.
And we mostly praise this movie, and then we go on to talk about other things like Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Great movie. Cue it up. Watch along. Bride of Frankenstein. Here we go. Hello. Fuck off.
Yeah. This is a good movie.
This is better than the original.
Yeah, I think so.
It is. It's just higher quality, which is to say that the original is bad, because
it is also a good
we
movie.
fucking love it. This one just a little bit better.
Yeah, I think it's I think it's like the curse of like an origin story. Everybody knows like origin stories already. Everybody knows Frankenstein's origin story.
Yeah.
Like the second movie is where like the stuff you really want to see, like that's where you get that stuff.
Yeah, it's the development.
Yeah. And I think that's the case here. I mean, even this is 1935. Like, this is still like the very like early, in the life of movies. Like, even still have those sequel issues.
Well, what I really like about this is like the first one is more of a like this is what happens when innocence is like pure innocence is like misunderstood. And then this one is, once that innocence is misunderstood, you get like a rage and redemption and a like Oh,
I should actually hit play on this movie.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a different tone. Like it's
this year.
Oh God.
Yeah. The customary 150 seconds of commercials anytime you watch anything on the cock.
Yeah.
But again, I prefer that. Like,
I would rather have that.
Yeah, upload all the commercials.
I watched it on Tubi, and I was like, yeah.
We're on the cock this evening.
But no, this hits just a lot more emotional beats than the original did.
Yeah. There was a lot I forgot about this movie. I forgot that it basically opens with him like killing the parents of the girl that he accidentally killed. Yeah.
Yep.
Oopsie.
But that plays into, like through his innocence, he killed that girl. Like that was a complete accident and he didn't understand what he was doing.
Yeah.
But then nobody wanted to take his side or believe him or even understand him. So then they attack him and he's defending himself, blah, blah, blah. And then it gets to a point where he doesn't care that he's misunderstood. He's just angry.
He's angry and lonely. He wants somebody to be misunderstood with. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Which is a really heavy, heavy topic. And they do it really well in this movie. Unfortunately, the titular character is in it for all of
5 minutes. Yeah.
If that.
Yeah.
It
is one scene. I mean, she does not leave the room where she is introduced.
No, she's there in the lab. She screams. she gets blowed up. Like that's pretty much it. Like I don't think I've read the book at this point. So I don't know how much that bride character is in the original story.
It is similarly very brief. Because the monster wants him to make a bride, and I don't think she doesn't even actually come to life, because he just fucking stops. He quits.
Yeah.
Frankenstein quits, and he's like, you know what? I'm not gonna make this. I already fucked up once by making you. I'm not gonna make another one.
I think that's how it was in the 90s version, right? With De Niro, like he never actually got the bride.
I think I've only seen that like once, I think.
Actually decent.
Yeah, it was. I was surprised. It was because I had heard like kind of bad things about it for a while, and then by the time I actually saw it, I'm like, no, this is actually kind of good.
Yeah, it's not as good as the 90s Dracula.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh God, no.
But
those always came in like a DVD 2-pack.
They did. And that's how I bought it.
Yeah.
One of them got a lot more viewings than the other did.
Mm-hmm. Oh man.
But yeah, no, like if I have two real complaints, it would be I think they spent too much time building up to him. Well, actually, you know what? It's not even that they spent too much time doing one thing than the other. This movie is so short that they just could have added more.
Yeah, it's an hour and 14 minutes. You know, that's real short.
Which is, I think, about as long as the first one was.
Yeah.
If they added more of him with the bride, or more of them just kind of going back and forth on the morality of it or the philosophy of it, I think that would have been a good addition. I mean, obviously they shouldn't have cut anything, because this movie is...
It's already...
it's lean.
Sure.
It's fucking lean. So it's missing just something for me. And the other gripe that I have is that the music is just not... it doesn't fit.
Yeah.
You've got this very tonally dark movie and all this like major key happy music. Like Shelley walked in and while I was watching it, and she goes,
"Oh, I just love the look of that castle.
It really is cool.
Yeah, you can tell it's a miniature.
Rad old miniatures."
Yeah. Sorry, Shelley walked in.
Shelley walked in while I was watching it, and she goes, "Is that the music from The Wizard of Oz?" And I'm like, "I don't think it is, but I can understand where you're coming from."
Yeah.
It's whimsical is what the problem is.
I love this weird like intro.
Yeah,
where
Mary Shelley and
Lord Byron and Percy Shelley.
Yeah,
and Lord Byron makes sure to roll his arms.
Roll them.
Yeah.
I do love that they had Elsa Lanchester play Mary Shelley and the bride.
Yeah. Well, I mean, otherwise she would have been in the movie for 5 minutes. Like,
yeah. Yeah, I really don't have much to complain about with this movie. It's a fucking mood. It's certainly good. I don't want to watch it all the time.
Yeah, no, it's good as like a once in a while like watch. Like it's been probably like 2 years, I think, since I've seen it. I think that was a good amount of time.
We're right around the sweet spot of the year for it.
Yeah,
because you want to go back to the old classics around Halloween. Just for that nostalgia, I think.
I'll also post the gripe that most people I feel have with this movie is that fucking Minnie. Oh God, her.
She's terrible.
Fucking grating. Yeah.
Did you pick up on the one guy who's like from Brooklyn?
No, I didn't. Oh, we got a fucking monster over here.
Okay, so when she goes up to the house and she's gonna go in and complain, there's that guy that's like telling her to like, no, just go away.
Yeah.
That dude has a straight up Brooklyn accent.
Oh, I got your monster right here.
I got your monster swinging.
Yeah, but like the scene that where I was just like, all right, I've had enough, was when Elizabeth is kidnapped.
Oh,
and her
God.
reaction to it, yeah, is as if she is being stabbed with a white hot knife. Like,
yeah, no, she is the worst part of the movie. I do like the recap. The recap at the beginning is nice.
Yep, a little last time on
previously on Frankenstein. Yeah. But again, like this movie is so lean. You're gonna spend, I don't know, 5 minutes just rehashing what happened in the first one. Okay, do that, but then give me a little more content.
Yeah, like I could have used more, not only of like Dr. Pretorius, like in the present.
Yeah.
But maybe give us a little bit of the backstory on him and Frankenstein as well. Like,
that would have been cool.
We know that he was, Frankenstein's like mentor, like at one point.
Yeah.
But that's really it. Like, give us a little bit more of that. Like, I don't know. And then his little tiny creations were very, very weird.
They were weird, but they kind of fit. Like where he is like he's trying to do the same thing as Frankenstein, but just like from a completely different end of the spectrum. Instead of taking things that are already there and just mashing them together. He said he was growing them. Like he was creating life. Instead of just kind of reanimating. Oh, excuse me. But I mean, it did feel a little cartoonish.
Yeah, it was the same thing as the music, where it doesn't fit like the kind of the tone of the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
My cute little creatures, like this one's a king, this one's a queen. Look at the bishop, he's angry. Like,
they could have definitely done the same thing with the same tiny characters, but kept it dark.
Yeah. Oh, Minnie.
Oh, Minnie.
Ooh, excuse me.
How's that bodega cat?
Oh, delicious.
Mm. Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's not supposed to be that good. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah. I will say I went to the Comedy Cellar last night, an old fashioned there.
Yeah.
A little bit too much syrup in that.
Oh, really?
It was like drinking like juice. It was so sweet.
Oh, I don't like that. They probably mashed the shit out of the fruit to put in it too, huh?
It was very, very sweet.
Listen to me, folks. If you're getting an old fashioned and they are mashing the fuck out of an orange and a cherry, they're not using good booze and they don't know how to make it.
They're trying to cover something up.
Yeah. That's not supposed to be there. A little bit of simple syrup or a sugar cube. You can pound down a sugar cube in the bottom of it.
Just flavor it up a little bit. I don't need the drink to taste like
whiskey and then some
syrup.
bitters.
Yeah.
That's it.
Anyway, back to this movie.
Yeah. Bartender critique is over. That dude was the burgomaster was pretty annoying too.
Yeah, but, I love that he's just not having many shit.
Yeah. Shut up and go home.
Yeah.
Basically what he tells her. Oh, man. That woman looks like she's about 70. She's probably 40.
53.
53?
Yeah.
When you film this?
She was born in 1880.
Yeah. That's old broad.
But, like, I mean, think about, like, for 53 at that time, like...
She's ancient.
Yeah, 53-year-olds look like 90-year-olds now, you know, back then. Like, she looks pretty good for 53. And not that, not attractive, I'm saying she's holding up. Yeah.
Hey,
I'd throw Minnie one. No. Oh, I'm disgusting.
It's fine. Oh, my God. And these senior citizens here who
apparently had like a 6-year-old child.
Yeah.
Like, they're probably 34. Like,
Times were tough back then. Yeah. So were the people. God damn. That was back when the men were men, the women were men, and the sheep were scared.
He just takes that horrible looking fall into the fucking water.
Oh, yeah.
That did not look fun.
Frankenstein makeup in this one, really good.
Yeah.
Took me a little bit to get used to it because it is different. There's a couple reasons for that.
Oh, in the trivia section, I'm assuming.
I think it's covered in the trivia.
All right.
You know what?
Really
I'm gonna say it.
Scene.
I'm gonna say it now. Yeah, this scene is really good because you can see the anger and the bitterness in that character.
Yeah.
His face looks a lot wider because in the first one he doesn't have any dialogue. You know, it's just makeup.
Grunting.
It's makeup and grunting.
Yeah, to quote yeah, Bela Lugosi.
Throw me that whiskey. So he had like a bridge plate.
Oh yeah,
in his mouth. So it made his cheeks look way more sunken. And because he's got dialogue in this one, he had to have it in for
okay.
you know, the teeth and stuff. So it makes his face look a lot chunkier.
Yeah.
This is just cartoonish.
Right yeah.
That throws the hands up.
Yeah.
Like the fucking chicken lady from Kids in the Hall.
Runs back to the scenery.
Quick, go back to the drapery.
Yeah.
These sets are awesome.
Yeah, the look of this movie really is good. And I will say, like,
it's so gothic.
The transfer of this movie looks like it was shot like a week ago. Like for 1935, like it looks really, really clear and really good.
Yeah. You do get a little bit of that grit to it.
Yeah, but I mean, like, what was I going to watch?
It's not choppy. It's
Werewolf of London that was on here. I was going to watch that, and then like the look on that, like that looks like a movie from 1935.
Yeah. I think they've done a lot of work on this over the years.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's super good. I just don't. I don't have too much to complain about.
Yeah, no.
I wish it was a little bit longer. I wish it was a baller. Wish I had
a little bit taller. Yeah.
That's for all you old people out there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it. I wish that character was like way toned fucking down.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the guy. Hold on. We're gonna.
The butler guy.
Yeah. We're gonna get sound for a second.
It's alive. The monster. It's alive.
Ooh.
Shut up, you old fool.
I saw it. It ain't got to no skeleton at all. It lived right through the fire.
Go bite your tongue off. We don't believe in ghosts.
Yeah, go bite your tongue off.
Go bite your tongue off. Oh man, yeah. I mean, there's not a lot to gripe about. Like, I will say this isn't a gripe. This is like, some people find it hard to watch old movies just because like the acting is different. Like people complain about black and white. You know, I'm not one of those people. Like, so there could be a high buy-in. You know, as far as that, like people might think it's boring, but
pacing of movies has changed drastically over the past 70 years.
Yeah. Any other really like gripes? I wanted more. Like you said, like there's so much more they could have put into this movie.
Yeah.
I mean, you could even tack this onto the original one and have 2.5 hour movie, and like it would work that way. I believe. You know, I think anyway.
It would work that way a lot better if they had some of the same actors carry over.
Yeah.
But they didn't.
Yeah.
Like Elizabeth is a different actress.
Yeah.
For starters, I actually like her better than the original Elizabeth.
Hey, I don't remember the original one, but she was pretty good in this.
She was good. She just like, I don't know, this Elizabeth emotes a little better, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little more believable. Look at this goddamn bedroom he's got.
Big giant, like 20-foot tall bed.
This is where we shall fuck.
Yeah. Beneath this plume of ostrich feathers.
Oh my god.
That
bed frame probably weighs 500 pounds.
Yeah, it's like solid, like
it's oak.
Yeah.
You know it's oak.
Some kind of fucking German, like oak.
Fucking walnut inlays.
Austria, whatever the fuck this takes place.
Yeah. I don't know. There's hard G words in there, so
yeah.
So around that Romania area, Bavaria maybe. I don't know geology.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that
I don't know geography either.
Oh, it's Switzerland in the book.
Is it?
Yeah. At least their lake house is in Switzerland.
No, lake house.
Yeah, I mean they're the Frankensteins. They have some money. I mean, they have servants.
Oh, the Swiss Frankensteins.
I read this book in high school and hated it because I just was too young to appreciate it. Read it again in college and had my mind blown by this book.
Really?
Yeah.
I have a copy of this book, and I just have not gotten around to it. Like, it has been on my I want to read that.
It's worth
forever.
it. Yeah, it's worth it. It's definitely worth it.
It's really short too, isn't it? It's like,
I think so.
It's almost like a novella style.
Yeah, like both that and Dracula are pretty small, like pretty quick, quick reads.
Yeah.
Hooah! Bodega Cat. Try it. Yeah.
Do love rye.
Yeah, I can throw I'll throw a rating on this. I mean, like, a lot of these classic movies can be like a little bit hard to get through. This is not one of them.
It really isn't. Yeah.
This is right up there with my favorites, like of these like classic movies. I'm gonna go an 8 on this, man. I really dig this movie. This is a good movie. Yeah.
Shit. Yeah, I think I gotta agree with you. It's 8. If they had a different soundtrack and a little more movie, then it would be a 10. But yeah, as it stands, like it just needed that push over the cliff, I think.
And more Dr. Pretorius too.
Yeah, he's such a good character. He's such a dickhead. I want it. I want more. I want a Dr. Pretorius movie.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
He's fucking rocking that fedora and cloak too. Let me just say that is a badass look.
That fucking wicked collar.
He just glides in the door like that. Like, it's so cool.
He goes out of focus for just that second.
Yeah.
You know what it is? He's menacing.
Yes.
You don't get a lot of menace anymore in movies.
Yeah. It's all has to be like a big scary monster. Like, nobody can just be menacing. Like, yeah. And he is definitely just unsettling and like menacing.
Yeah. God damn! Look at him. It's in the eyes. It really is. Yeah, all the shadow play in this movie.
Yeah.
So good. Like, there's certain scenes where you see just like the shadow of the monster in the background.
Yes.
Like, I think it's certain lab scenes or whatever. That's all you need. Like, that's just like, oh yeah. And you don't catch it on the first watch. It's just, it's just like those things that you pick up on and you're like, oh, that's why that scene feels unsettling.
Yeah. Like the scene in the, like in the crypt where it's Pretorius and like his like two goons and like the monster's just in the crypt with them. And he's just hiding. Ooh, pardon me. It's like the Cletus Cassidy haircut, like Spider-Man. Yeah, I think it's on to the next segment.
I think, it's time for some trivia. Let me open up my email. How long?
All right, folks, before we get to the trivia segment of the podcast, we want to take a second to tell you about our friends over at Newsly. Newsly is an all-in-one super app for iOS and Android. It picks up the most trending articles on the web and topics that you choose at any given moment and reads them to you in a natural human voice.
That's right. For the first time ever, the entire web becomes listenable all in one place.
You can browse articles from topics that you choose and start playing, stop scrolling, and start listening to the web.
You can follow any topic as specific as you like, from sports, tech, business, science, Bitcoin, or even the Cardassians from Star Trek. It will find you the latest articles and read them to you aloud.
It gets Star Trek specific. You can get right down to it.
Yep.
They even have podcasts as well, believe it or not. You can explore trending podcasts from over 80 different countries. I will let you in on a little bit of a secret. You're going to find the Big Dumb Monsters podcast there as well. I actually have been using this. I've been using Newsly to actually listen to the podcast lately.
Have you really?
Yes, I have. Believe it or not, I have. They even have digital radio at Newsly.
You can download and use Newsly for free now at www.newsly.me and use the promo code DUMBM and you will get a 1 month free premium subscription.
So check them out. Head over to newsly.me and tell them, you know what? Tell them the Big Dumb Monster sent you.
Yeah, do the thing.
And now, back to the trivia. This is, as we go, inside the podcast, folks. We have like an inside baseball segment every week now, I noticed.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mixed a lot of alcohol with raw seafood and clam chowder. Did not end as badly as I thought it would.
The diarrhea has been kept to a minimum.
Yeah. Everything's pretty firm.
I almost just spit fucking beer all over the table. Hanging tight.
Yeah. Fucking iron stomach, I tell you.
God damn it. All right. So, not long before filming began, Colin Clive, who plays Dr. Frankenstein, broke a leg in a horse riding accident. Consequently, most of Henry Frankenstein's scenes were shot with him sitting.
That, works for the character. I mean, he did just get chucked off of a windmill and hit the fucking blades on the way down.
Yeah. Fun side trivia. That is also why if you watch, David Cronenberg's newest movie, the title
Crimes of the Future.
Crimes of the Future.
Yeah.
That's why the main character in that is always like crouching. What is his fucking name? Holy God. Viggo Mortensen.
Yeah.
I think it was a horse riding accident as well. He tore his quad.
Oof.
So he had to just struggle to get through that movie. He did a lot of squatting and sitting.
I want to say he became an avid horse rider because of Lord of the Rings.
I think you're right.
Yeah. He might have kept his horse actually, I think, from that.
Oh,
movie.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that does seem like a crazy thing that he would do. He probably wears the cloak and everything.
Yeah.
Another little Colin Clive fact here. Colin Clive's alcoholism had worsened since the first film.
Yeah, I was going to say a less fun Colin Clive fact, but yeah, go ahead.
But James Whale did not recast the role because of his hysterical quality was necessary for the film.
I was going to say less fun fact. Colin Clive would be dead within 2 years of filming this movie due to alcoholic tendencies and tuberculosis, much like Doc Holliday.
Oh, wow.
Without the cool gunfights, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. Well, and I don't know. Colin Clive might have had one or two.
Yeah.
Jack P. Pierce altered the makeup of Frankenstein's monster from this film's predecessor to reflect that he had survived the mill fire at the end of Frankenstein with some flesh burns and with much of the hair singed off. So if you are wondering why the hair is goofy looking, it's because it's supposed to be burnt.
Another less fun related fact to the other one.
Jesus.
The guy who plays the blind old man.
Yeah.
I think he's dead in less than a year of this movie.
Really?
within filming this movie.
Well, he was in his dotage when he made this.
2 years older than Una O'Connor, who played Minnie.
Really?
Yeah. I was looking at this when I
Jesus.
was doing the research earlier.
That's grim.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Like I said, less fun fact.
Thanks.
Well, thanks, fucking Dr. Bringdown over there.
When filming the scene where the monster emerges from the burnt windmill, Boris Karloff slipped and fell into the water-filled well. Upon being helped out, it was discovered that he had dislocated his hip in the fall. The hip was strapped into place and Karloff soldiered on. He continued to receive massages and heat treatments for the hip for the rest of the shooting of the film.
He really got fucked up on these movies.
Oh yeah, he did.
I also
something horrible happened to him in the first one too, didn't it?
He fucked up his back doing something. It was carrying Frankenstein. There's a scene where he had to carry Dr. Frankenstein. I think they made him shoot it 50 times or something like that. James Whale did it just to fuck with him.
Yeah. Because he seemed like a piece of shit.
Yeah. Well, he had some issues.
I think most directors do.
I think he was a closeted gay man at the time because it was the 30s.
Yeah.
And obviously that was not cool.
Nope.
Shit, I had something else.
Well, hold on, wait. Let me backtrack.
Yeah.
It's totally cool that he was homosexual.
Yeah. I mean, it was not cool at the time, is what I meant. Like, people, society would not. Yeah, we have no issues with James Whale. Like, trust me, no issues with James Whale being gay. I'm turning into that Seinfeld episode. If that's who you are, that's totally fine. There's totally nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
When you mentioned him falling into the well, much like in the Creature from the Black Lagoon episode, I just had this vision of fucking
bonk.
Yeah, of Karloff. Oh fuck! Falling over into the fucking just full Frankenstein man. Oh fuck! Like arms waving as she's like.
Can you imagine Lugosi hearing about that?
He would be laughing probably harder than we are now. Oh god.
That's because he would be drunk and high on morphine.
Yeah. Karloff does not deserve to smell my shit.
It comes back.
Fuck you. Oh my god.
That's probably our most referenced thing ever.
It's all makeup and
grunting. I should have taken Frankenstein.
Oh wow.
You ready?
Moving on.
Moving on. Several scenes were cut after censors' objections. References to the scandalous sexual arrangements of the historical Mary Shelley, Percy Shelley, and Lord Byron were eliminated. Particularly the line of dialogue, quote, "We are all three infidels, scoffers at all marriage ties, believing only in living freely and fully," end quote. Breen's office also objected to shots they considered too revealing of Elsa Lanchester's cleavage in the prologue. Which, I mean, it wasn't like a scandalous amount of cleavage, but
we're almost 100, years removed from that fact.
Yeah.
Hey, look.
I guess.
Yeah, look. Everybody's got, everybody likes tits.
Everybody does like tits. In 2007, the movie's line, "We Belong Dead," was voted as the number 63 of the 100 greatest movie lines by Premiere Magazine. And it is such a good fucking line.
Yeah.
"We Belong Dead" and hate "Love the Dead, Hate the Living" are two lines that you will find fairly frequently in like horror punk songs.
Oh yeah.
Especially the Misfits song "Hate the Living, Love the Dead."
I was always a fan of Phil Hartman's Frankenstein on Saturday Night Live too. Fire!
Yep. Yeah, you definitely wind up feeling bad for the monster again in this.
Oh, yeah.
Once he finds companionship and then it's just
Rejected
snatched away from him.
Yeah.
No, even not rejected. Like with the hermit, like he finds
a
real friend, and then other people just can't deal with it.
Smoke.
Shit. Good smoke. Yeah. According to Elsa Lanchester, is it Lanchester or Lancaster?
I think it's Lanchester.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it is CH, but people pronounce shit weird. Her bride makeup took 3 hours for her face alone, and Boris Karloff's took 5, which I don't understand why it would take 3 hours. There's barely anything on it.
Yeah.
There's a couple of like stitch lines around the jawline. I mean, maybe with the hair.
Yeah, maybe that's what they're counting. Because I mean, like I could see that taking a while.
Yeah, they hit
and she had like a big like wire basket basically on her head, like holding it all up.
Yeah, she had basically like a chicken wire hat.
Yeah.
James Whale and the studio psychiatrist selected 44 simple words for the monster's vocabulary by looking at test papers of 10-year-olds working at the studio. 10-year-olds working at the studio. Welcome to the 30s, folks. Child labor laws? No.
Not a thing yet. Yeah.
No, I assume they're child actors, but probably not all of them.
Climbing into machines and getting retrieving stuff.
Mel Brooks parodies the blind hermit scene in Young Frankenstein, which is a goddamn brilliant movie.
Yeah.
40 years later, uncredited, Gene Hackman performs the role of the friendly hermit. Which I don't know if I don't know if everybody knew that, but yeah, Gene Hackman's
we
fucking
should
awesome.
we should do Young Frankenstein for April Fool's Day next year.
Maybe
Proposing that right now.
cut that out of this show.
Yeah.
So
Nobody's gonna remember that.
nobody listens to this show. I'm down to clown on that.
Yeah.
I fucking love that movie.
That is a great movie.
I mean, that's
Another one I could not appreciate when I was a kid, and then
oh really?
when I saw it as I got older, I'm like, this is fucking brilliant.
It's genius.
Yeah.
It's his second best movie.
Behind Blazing Saddles.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Blazing Saddles is the funniest movie of all time.
Yeah.
You can come at me with whatever you want. I don't care. Blazing Saddles is the number one comedy
I
of all
support
time.
That. I fucking love Mel Brooks, man.
Yeah. He's just so good.
Yeah, the day he dies is going to be a very, very sad day.
Yeah. Why you gotta bring me down like that? What are you doing? What is this?
Oh, it's my job time. Bring it all back down. As soon as we
Jesus
start
Christ.
taking off, that's
Yeah.
me.
I'm not fucked up enough. You gotta do this to me?
Wah, wah, wah.
God damn, son. All right, a couple of more. The body count in the original cut was 21, but that was trimmed to 10 after pressure from the censors.
Oh, bullshit.
Yeah. I can't even think of 21 people that fucking...
Well, we did. We missed 11 of them thanks to the censors.
Well, no, I think because this is like a restored cut because it winds up being...
You have the two parents. Does he kill the shepherd girl that we just saw? I don't think so.
No.
You have the old man.
Some of the villagers, I think he hits them, but I don't know if they're counting that as killing them.
You have Pretorius, Frankenstein, the bride.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like 6, 7 maybe I've thought of.
Yeah. I don't know. Unless he does go on a weird
he
killing
definitely
streak.
kills... Oh, fuck. There's a scene... Was it during... he knocks out, like, or kills some of those, like, helpers that are, like, helping with the experiment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Carl gets killed.
Yep.
Carl also... Well, we'll get into that later.
Okay.
That's my segment.
This visual, I fucking love. When
him
he's
in the chair,
strapped in
chained
that
up.
chair. Especially in just a second, they show it, they film it from the bottom looking up.
Yeah.
It's lit so well. Like the whole set is designed just perfectly. Like this is when people took like filmography like super serious. Like every shot had to count.
Yeah. It's like perfectly crafted.
Yeah. And I mean, there are, not to say like people don't do that anymore, but like it's much more of a rare instance. That's so good.
Yeah, he's just ripping the chains out.
I love this movie. I love Frankenstein. Frankenstein's my motherfucker. Okay, so actors who appeared in both Frankenstein and The Bride of Frankenstein include Boris Karloff, Colin Clive, Dwight Fry, and Marilyn Harris. The characters played by Harris and Fry were killed by the monster in the original, and they play other parts in The Bride of Frankenstein, and Fry is killed by the monster again.
Yeah.
Catching a double dose of that monster death. Are we ready for the last trivia fact.
All right, let's hear it.
I had to cut the list down pretty good because there was like 101 trivia facts on IMDb, so I had to kind of pick and choose some of these are kind of bad, these are kind of good, blah blah blah. But anyway, this is the last one. The little king tries to get at the little queen, but she apparently doesn't like him, foreshadowing the female monster's rejection of her intended mate.
Oh yeah.
Now I don't know if that's true or intentional. Well, it is true. I don't know if it's intentional.
Yeah, they did that on purpose.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another one. That little girl gets killed.
Oh yeah.
Here's another like over the top mini reaction.
Yeah, they're all pretty fucking over the top. She's the worst.
The worst. We will move on to the better known as segment of the show.
That's right.
Soon as why is this down here?
I don't know. That's where you put it.
Yeah. And my IMDb is here. We will, of course, start our blah blah blah. Mm-hmm. Start off with director James Whale, we didn't talk about him before because we didn't do this.
We didn't have this segment.
Yeah, when we did Frankenstein. It was episode number 2,
That's
which
right.
recently retook the number 2 most listened to spot.
Really?
I took it away from Morbius. Yeah.
Wow.
It is only one listen ahead. So if you guys want to get in on like a battle of like Morbius versus Frankenstein, go listen to both episodes. Yeah.
They're both good episodes, but the thing is, the Frankenstein was like, obviously it was show number 2, so we didn't really know what the fuck we were doing.
Yeah, we have none of the structure that we have now. Like, yeah, it was remote.
Yeah. And Morbius had zero structure at all.
Just us being drunk with Tom and Peter.
Yeah. That was a fun time.
And it shows on that episode. That's a fun episode to listen to. James Whale, in addition to directing the first Frankenstein, also directed The Invisible Man.
Oh, wow.
I still have to see that movie. I've not seen the original one.
I think I saw it like as a kid.
Yeah, it is currently on The Cock.
All the heavy hitter Universal monster movies are all on there.
I'm trying to get through all the
on
Frankenstein
Tubi, too.
movies, and I'm up to Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman, which is currently on The Cock. So I'm going to try to watch that in the next couple of days.
Yeah.
As far as anything else, he directed a version of The Man in the Iron Mask in 1939. Anything really of note?
I don't know. Green Hell is a Misfits song, too.
Okay. Possibly a horror movie. Let's check it out. In the jungle of the Amazon, a group of Western adventurers and 2 local native naked guides. Freudian slip.
Yep, they were probably naked.
Yeah, 2 local native guides try to locate a lost treasure beneath. It sounds like an adventure movie.
Mm-hmm.
Beneath a buried ancient Incan city. Douglas
That
Fairbanks.
is 100% Douglas Fairbanks Jr. That's an adventure movie.
And yeah, that's really like all the stuff of note. I mean, it's the 30s. Like, we really don't know a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, he stopped in 49.
Yeah, it was just like.
Did he die?
Probably around there. No, died in 1957.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Moving on. Boris Karloff.
So good.
Yeah, this is the 3rd time we have, technically this is the 3rd Karloff movie we've done. The 2nd time we've gone through his filmography. There's really not much to talk about.
Yeah, we would have covered this all in The Mummy.
Yeah, in our Mummy episode. But I mean the highlights, of course, which, of course, there are many.
Yeah.
He has 205 acting credits to his
God
name.
damn.
I mean, Frankenstein, Frankenstein.
Oh, he's the Grinch, yeah. Or the narrator on the Grinch.
He's the voice of the Grinch, yeah, the narrator. The Black Cat, the Raven. Black Cat is Lugosi, isn't it? He's probably in it also. They're all in these movies. Like a lot of most of the actors in this movie are in like The Invisible Man or in the first Frankenstein.
Yeah.
He was in Frankenstein 1970 playing Victor von Frankenstein.
Mm-hmm.
I do remember talking about that now on the Mummy episode. Yeah, we've talked about all this stuff before.
Yeah. Did he only act, or did he ever direct, or did he produce?
No, I checked. He has like some soundtrack credits where I think he does the voice, or he's singing.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'll open those up again. I just had them. Here we go. Like the Red Skeleton Hour. Did something with Rosemary Clooney. Mad Monster Party. So yeah, like it's a lot of it's like him, performing like kind of gimmicky stuff because it's horror. I mean, he's Frankenstein,
Right.
Yeah, appears himself in 53 Things.
No shit.
Jonathan Winters Show.
Oof.
Johnny Carson, 1964.
He only had one appearance on that.
Yeah, might have been on the earlier versions with like what was like Jack Parr or whatever.
Oh, maybe.
Jack Parr. Yeah, Tonight Show with Jack Parr.
Yep.
Literally right in front of my face. He was on it twice.
I figured they would just have the Tonight Show, but yeah, I guess if they consider them two different shows, but
yeah. Milton Berle Show.
damn.
Yeah, this is just him appearing as himself. What's My Line?
The Boris Karloff Mystery Playhouse sounds fucking awesome.
Looks like it's maybe like an anthology of like mystery stories that he hopefully stars in. Sounds
Well, he
cool.
hosted, so it was probably much like
Like an Alfred
Rod
Hitchcock presents.
Serling, or Alfred Hitchcock.
We'll move on to Elsa Lanchester. She was acting up until 1980.
God damn.
Yeah, when did she die? 1986, 84 years old. She was actually in like a lot of TV stuff in like the 60s and 70s. She was on
Menace.
Both I Love Lucy and Here's Lucy. Mannix, Night Gallery, The Bill Cosby Show, 1970 and 71. Magical World of Disney. She is in Mary Poppins too, I believe.
Really?
Yes, we'll get there in a moment. She's in The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
She was in that darn cat.
Yeah, the Alfred Hitchcock Hour. Mary Poppins. Yeah, she is in Mary Poppins.
Katie
in
Nana.
1964.
Who the fuck was Katie Nana?
I've never seen Mary Poppins.
Have you really?
I remember like this is third grade, so this is 1987. Our teacher would play like records, and like she would play Mary Poppins every now and again.
Yeah.
That was one of the ones she would play.
I loved that movie when I was a kid.
Yeah, I never saw it.
We either had it on VHS or obviously it was on VHS. We had the VHS or we had a recorded version. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah. Let's see. She was in the version of The Secret Garden in 1949. She was in the original version of The Bishop's Wife in 1947. That would later be remade with Denzel Washington and Whitney Houston, I believe. She was in The Razor's Edge, which I've talked about before. It was a really good book.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Murray did a version of it in 1986, I think. That was really good. About this like World War I veteran who goes to like India to like learn about like meditation and find like inner peace and stuff like that. It's a really good book. Let's see, anything else really of note? Bride of Frankenstein, of course. David Copperfield, 1935. I thought there was like maybe one or two other things, but nope, that is really it. I'm sorry, she was in a movie in 1932 called The Stronger Sex, which also starred actually our next entrant in, better known as Colin Clive.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like I said, he died in 1937, so within 2 years of making this movie, and like I said, of tuberculosis and alcoholism. A lot of the people in this movie were in like this version of The Count of Monte Cristo, and like there's a bunch of sequels to that.
Yeah.
That just reminded me, this is Monte Carlo.
It's different.
Yeah. Clive Owen. Colin Clive, much, yeah. There we go, much better. Was also in like I said, The Stronger Sex with Elsa Lanchester. There was something else that I just saw. Jane Eyre in 1934. And then, of course, he was in the original Frankenstein in 1931 as Henry Frankenstein.
Henry.
All right, Valerie Hobson, who played Elizabeth. She is also in... she was in Werewolf of London. I just saw that at the top. She was in the version of Great Expectations in 1984. I remember we had to watch that in high school when we read the book.
That's 46.
Excuse me, 1946. Bodega Cat. 1946.
How come you're all fucking weird?
Yeah.
Bodega Cat.
Yeah. We watched that in high school. Alec Guinness, who played Obi-Wan Kenobi, is in that movie.
He must have been a young fucking man at that point.
I mean, that was only like 28 years before Star Wars. So
yeah, but Star Wars, he was what, 60 something?
I think so. I think Mark Hamill is like older than him now.
Yeah.
Than he was in that movie.
Yeah, I remember hearing something like he looked drastically older than he actually was.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. I think he was only like in his 50s. He died like in the late 80s, I think. Anyway, she was he was in Werewolf of London. Because I flashed back to Elsa Lanchester there for a second. That was like 2 credits ago. Get your shit together, Chris. And that's really it. Oh, he was also in that version of Great Expectations.
Mm-hmm.
Ernest.
You know what I like?
Thesiger.
Lowered expectations.
Ernest Thesiger played Dr. Pretorius. I'm sorry, he was a year older. He was a year older than Minnie.
God.
Yeah. The other old man was 2 years older.
Okay, so I thought she looked old?
Yeah. He looks way old, yeah.
There's fucking city miles on that boy.
Let's see, was there anything of note?
I don't know.
He's in a lot of stuff. A Christmas Carol in 1951.
Yeah, I really don't know that much like 50s and 40s movies.
Yeah, same here.
Some, yeah, like I know like the heavy hitters, but
the Gersts. Jesus Christ!
What the? Sing the fucking birthday song, so I know you didn't have a stroke.
Put both arms in the air. I'm actually going to lean into this curve and have a little more Bodega Cat.
Have you drank that while I've not been here?
No, I haven't.
Because half that bottle is gone.
Yeah. We leaned hard into it tonight. The Ghost of Berkeley Square. I thought this might have been based on a real haunting. I mean, I still am I'm like a ghost nerd. When I was a kid, like I read literally every ghost book in the library at like all of my schools.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And there was this one haunting that I remember called The Nameless Horror of number 50 Berkeley Square. And it was like a pretty like brutal fucking haunting from what I remember.
Really?
I thought it might have been based on that, but it was not.
I do like that stuff. I don't go into like super detail about like specific ones.
Yeah.
But I like podcasts that have, you know, like true hauntings kind of vibe to them, or, you know, some of those old ghost hunter TV shows and shit.
Upstairs in our dining room, we have like an occult library.
Oh, really?
And like I've tried to collect as many of like the ghost books that I can remember from like that I read when I was a kid.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, some of them like scared the shit out of me. Like,
yeah.
For weeks. Yeah. Anyway. Who the fuck? Oh yeah, Dr. Pretorius, Ernest Thesiger, Henry V in 1944. Obviously, the Bride of Frankenstein,
the Murder Party,
The Ghoul in 1933.
This guy's actually in like things that sound rad.
Yeah. Going back to 1916 is his first credit.
Holy shit.
That is insane. Okay. Side note, did you watch the Hellraiser yet?
I turned it on last night and fell asleep roughly 25 seconds after it started.
I'm gonna wait for Amanda to watch it. I have a feeling she'll watch it.
I'm probably gonna go home and watch it tonight, or I'm gonna do the same thing.
Yeah.
Which is fall asleep very very shortly.
Yeah,
after.
I am falling asleep like very early.
I like it. Don't get me wrong. I want to watch it. Hellraiser is my fucking jam, and everybody knows it.
Yeah.
I didn't have it in me to stay up last night to watch it.
I while we're on the I was gonna save this for the crap shoot, but while we're on the what we watched segment here, I watched Werewolf by Night today. Fucking awesome! I loved it. It is very much an homage to these Universal horror movies. It is black and white for 99% of the movie.
Excellent.
Yeah. It comes into color at the very end, and like when it switches to color, it works the way they do it.
A lot of movies, you can tell that they should be in black and white.
Yeah,
but nobody's got the fucking balls to do it.
It 100% has just the creepy, moody feel. The settings look like this.
Yeah.
Without giving anything away, it's about this secret society of monster hunters that's meeting because their leader has died, and they're now going to have this battle to the death to figure out who's going to be the next leader of this monster hunting thing.
How comic centric is it?
It is. I am not too familiar with a lot of that stuff that it comes from, but I mean there are a couple of Marvel characters in it, like Elsa Bloodstone. Werewolf by Night. I don't think that's I think what they did for the show might be an original interpretation. I don't know for sure.
So you don't have to be super familiar with the source material.
No. Man-Thing shows up for a bit, and you just need to know he's a monster.
Yeah.
You don't need to know the details of him.
Is he giant sized?
Yeah, he is.
Giant sized Man-Thing?
The werewolf is a true wolf man. It is not he's not a guy who turns into a wolf like American Werewolf in London.
Yeah.
He looks like the Lon Chaney werewolf, but just a little bit more modern,
okay.
As far as the special effects.
Nice.
I love how they did it. It's just it's so much fun. It's 55 minutes, which again is perfect because these movies are just a little bit more than an hour.
Yeah.
So if we could have, if they had gotten us to an hour and 15 minutes with it, I could wouldn't argue with that. But at the same time, what they did works. It's such
it didn't feel lacking.
No, it's everything just it moves along. There's a lot of cool stuff. I definitely recommend, especially if you're a fan of the Universal monster movies.
Mm-hmm.
It is such a love letter to those movies.
Okay.
Yeah, check out Werewolf by Night.
Bodega Cat.
Yeah.
How much was that bottle?
It was 40, and then there was another 10 or $15 for shipping. I don't remember.
Fucking well worth it. That's not
damn good whiskey.
That's not terribly priced for what you're getting there.
And I got that from a distributor too. I don't know if it's cheaper if you maybe go straight to their website. It might be. But yeah, I poured way more than I thought I did. But who am I to?
You'll be sleeping before you know it.
Yeah, I am so fucking out cold tonight. Here's that scene in the crypt where the monster's talking to Praetorius now.
There's a weird poetry to this movie, and it sounds really pretentious to say, and I know I'm probably going too deep into it because it's a super retro, just right up our alley kind of thing. But there's an artistic quality to this movie that you just don't get anymore.
Yeah.
You really, really don't. And I don't know that I want movies to have it these days, because that might make these less special.
That's
you know
true.
what I mean? It might not. It could just be an appreciation.
That was a big swig of whiskey. Whew, sorry to derail that, but that was
Oh, it's one of those ones that give you a piss shiver?
Yeah. Sorry.
No, it's fine. But I don't know if you're on the same page as me. Do you think that if movies had this kind of quality, would it make this less special, or would it make modern movies more special?
I think it would make modern movies more special. I'm a big fan of the, people like to fucking pitch a fit and fucking have a heart attack whenever like people try to update something, they do like a reboot or like, I mean, and granted, a lot of the times
It's
those
warranted.
things don't work. Yeah. But no, I'm saying like a lot of times those things don't work. Whether it's warranted, I think is a different argument, because whatever the reboot, remake, whatever it is, whatever it ends up being, the thing that you loved is still always going to be there.
That's
Just
true.
because this exists, it does not negate the fact that this exists.
Yeah.
This was made, in a way that makes it for you. You love it. That's always going to be there for you. This new thing probably was not made for you. It's made for the you that you used to be. It's
Okay.
You're in a different place now
And you know what? We're seeing a shitload of that
with the monsters.
with the monsters right now.
Yeah, exactly. That's a perfect example of it.
Yeah.
Like just because you love the monsters, like you're not guaranteed to love the new one.
Yeah.
But like the new one existing shouldn't take away from your love of the original one.
Yeah.
Just if all of a sudden you don't love that because this new movie exists, are you really a fan of that in the first place?
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's a fair point.
Anyway, that's my hot take on fucking toxic fandom.
Yeah, last week's episode, a lot of hot takes. A lot of hot takes.
Oh, fuck, that is good.
I don't think we should get Bodega Cat anymore, Chris.
Otherwise, we'll be getting a lot of Bodega.
Yeah. Like, the official drink of the Big Dumb Monsters podcast may switch from Utica Club to Bodega Cat whiskey. That'll be bad, because I got to drive home.
Oh, yeah. Ooh-ha. Anyway, Gavin Gordon, who played Lord... I had the R rolling down perfect. I am so fucked up now. I can't even do it. Lord.
Oh, man, I just had a 3-swallow mouthful of this fucking whiskey. That was a lot.
He played Lord Byron in this. Out of his last 4 acting credits,
Jesus
3 of them are
Christ.
Petticoat Junction, The Beverly Hillbillies, and Green Acres.
I watched a lot of all 3 of those shows when I was a kid because Nick at Night was fucking rad.
He was on the Red Skeleton Hour for quite a bit, 7 episodes, it looks like.
Holy shit.
Yeah. He was in the original Nutty Professor in 1963. He was in The Bat in 1959.
I believe that was a Vincent Price movie.
Let us investigate. Yes, that is Vincent Price. I saw a shirt at Comic-Con. It's the dumbest shirt, but it is awesome at the same time.
Uh-huh.
Literally just a black t-shirt with just plain white letters that just said Vincent Price.
Fuck yeah! I would wear that shirt all the time.
No pictures, no graphics, just Vincent Price.
That's ridiculous. Getting hard for the Preister.
I'm in. He was in King Creole in 1958 with Elvis Presley. I believe that is one of Elvis's more like critically acclaimed movies.
Yeah, it's like that and Blue Hawaii and Jailhouse Rock. Yeah.
He was in an episode of the original Perry Mason in 1958. The Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet in
Holy
1957. Shit. Alfred Hitchcock Presents several times between 1955 and 1957. He was in the original 10 Commandments. I am like in no way a religious person, but I enjoy that movie.
Is that the one with
Charlton Heston?
Yeah. That's like a fucking 9-hour movie, dog.
Yeah, they used to show it on like ABC every Easter. And like I remember when I was a kid, I watched it with my godfather one year. He was like staying at our house, and like I had that like sentimental attachment to it. And, like I just watched it like whenever it was on every Easter.
I mean, it is a quality ass film.
Yeah, it's 3 hours and 40 minutes. So when it was on TV, it's like 5 hours long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They used to show it on like oh Jesus Christ. I want to say it was on TNT a bunch when I was a kid too. Like like late night. It was like a weird primetime movie.
Yeah. But I mean, it's a great movie. Like it's
it
a
was
really good movie.
Cecil DeMille, right?
Cecil B. DeMille, yeah. Charlton Heston, Yul Brynner.
Yeah, you couldn't ask for like a better Bible story movie if you just don't really care about the Bible.
Yeah.
Because that's just good fucking movie.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's our offshoot recommendment. Go check out the 10 Commandments. Wouldn't think we'd recommend that, but yeah.
Yeah, weird one, but
yeah. we're
here's the thing. We like movies, okay?
Yeah.
We like movies.
If you can make a good movie, I don't give a fuck what it's about. Like, just make a good movie. Yeah, it's a good movie.
That's it.
Anything else? White Christmas,
Jack
1954.
Benny.
Jack Benny program. Not even the Jack Benny show. The Jack Benny program.
That's how you know shit's fucking old.
What your grandparents used to call TV shows.
They did. Mine did.
Yeah.
100%.
What time is your program on? I will say White Christmas, another...
With our hardwired remote and buttons that went clunk.
I can watch fucking White Christmas at Christmas time.
I don't watch anything at Christmas time. Again, I don't like Christmas.
Yeah, I didn't want to open that can of worms. But yeah, like it's usually on Christmas Eve when we're at my wife's grandparents' house, and like it's just always on TV. And like I don't know. I
don't even know what that is. Like
sentimental.
I don't know what White Christmas is.
It's about these like two like army buddies who like they get into like they do like a lounge act basically after they get out of the army. Okay. Their old like general or like colonel or something. I think he's a colonel. Owns like this Vermont like not retreat, like resort. That's the word I'm looking for. Okay. And I think like he's getting ready to go out of business because like there's no business, nobody coming to it.
Because it's Vermont.
Yeah, because who the fuck wants to go to Vermont? And if you're in Vermont listening to this, come on,
you know.
Yeah. Fucking seriously.
You guys have skiing and maple syrup.
Yeah, you have EQX.
Yeah, that's about it.
But yeah, they like end up going to this resort and like they call all their fucking army buddies, everybody who like served for this dude, and they all sing fucking White Christmas and everybody cries.
Oh, hey, one more thing that Vermont has: all these that you can buy wine in.
Oh yeah, I still contest that you can buy it at the one on State Street. I just have not gone to investigate.
You can't.
Oh, you can't?
No.
Oh, motherfucker. They used to sell beer there, I know.
Yeah.
Oh, that's disappointing. Because that fucking Aldi wine was delicious.
It's pretty good. I'm pretty sure we still got a bottle of it over there on the shelf.
No, that is, I got Barefoot, like another like sweet red wine.
Oh, did you?
In an attempt to, like,
class up the joint?
Yeah. Like, I hope it tastes like that other one.
Yeah, here's the thing. We've got a Keurig for booze, basically. We've got all the beer you can handle.
We've got what's left of a bottle of Bodega Cat.
Yeah, we've got a coffee maker.
Yeah,
but nobody
ever wants to sober up. Weirdly enough, yeah.
And we've got a bottle of wine
to in case we have like some classy chicks over.
It's in case. Yeah, I don't know any.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's just in case we've got a guest who doesn't want booze.
Just hit your foot.
Yeah, you just kicked me in the foot.
Yeah. Yay. Sorry.
It's only gay if the balls touch.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're trying to, class it up a little bit. We've got wine. We've got wine. Yeah. Sure, we're sitting in a garage, but we have wine.
Empty cereal boxes all over the fucking place.
Do you want the fucking wine or not?
Drink the wine.
Yeah. Who the hell are we talking about?
I don't even remember.
The guy who was Lord Byron. He was in Black Beauty in 1933. The movie about a horse. I will specify that. Yeah. Because that title could be open for interpretation. Anything really of note? We're in 1930 here.
No, that's going to be it.
Whew.
All steamed up.
I've had a lot of seafood and liquor. My stomach is churning. Anyway, Douglas Walton, who played fucking Percy Shelley.
Don't mind me. I'm just opening a Nutty Buddy.
Yeah. He was in Dick Tracy versus Cue Ball in 1946.
Jesus Christ. Those are hard to watch. I don't know if you've tried watching those vintage Dick Tracy shows. They're a chore.
No, did you ever play the Dick Tracy Nintendo game?
Uh-huh.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It was Grand Theft Auto before Grand Theft Auto, basically. So you drove around and then you got out. You can go had side scrolling levels, not like 3/4 view like Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
Let's see. Anything else this dude is in? Oh, he's in the original Mutiny on the Bounty in 1935 with fucking Clark Gable and Charles Lawton. I have never seen that. I don't think I had to watch that in high school or anything.
What fucking weird ass high school classes did you take?
English.
Okay.
Let's see. Again, The Count of Monte Cristo. He was in that. Like I said, a lot of people show up in that and like the sequels. He was in the original Scarface in 1932.
It's pretty rad.
He was also in Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde in 1931. There's Lon Chaney Sr.
I think so, yeah.
Nope, that is not that version.
Oh. That's the version... Oh, excuse me.
Yeah,
I think that's the version that I know, though.
Oh, that's weird. I assumed it was. That's what I get for, you know what they say when you make an assumption.
Yeah, you're a douche.
Yeah, you make an ass out of you and Uma Thurman.
What?
Anyway. Moving on. Una O'Connor, who was the extremely grating
abysmal.
Committee. Yeah. She's actually in some notable movies. Aside from this one, she is also in The Invisible Man. She's in a lot of stuff, like one-offs on TV throughout the 40s and 50s.
I wonder if she'd still use that same, like, wretched fucking voice.
Yeah, probably. She's in The Return of Monte Cristo.
I could go for one of those sandwiches.
Oh, fucking murder. Remember Bennigan's?
I do.
Yeah, they had the best fucking Monte Cristo because they took a Monte Cristo and then they just dipped it in batter and like
fried the
it.
fuck out of it. You know what I found out though is that they had those shipped to them already made and frozen.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Yeah,
those were so unhealthily delicious.
Because I found that out because I asked them one time if they could like make a change to it.
Yeah, and
they're like, no, we can't do that.
Man, that's a fucking bummer.
Uh-huh.
They were so good. She's in The Adventures of Robin Hood in 1938. That's the one with Errol Flynn, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, Errol Flynn, Olivia de Havilland, and Basil Rathbone.
All those old Errol Flynn movies were fucking fun.
Yeah, Robin Hood's a good one.
He did a few Robin Hood movies, I think.
Possibly. David Copperfield, 1935. Orient Express, 1934. The Invisible Man, 1933. And that's really it of the stuff of note. Her first credit
is Orient Express like Murder on the Orient Express?
That is what I'm assuming. No, it is not. That's what I get for making an assumption.
Huh.
Based on Graham Greene's Graham Greene's novel Stamboul Train. It is just a blatant cash-in on the fucking name Orient Express.
Sure is.
Yeah. Assholes. Making me look bad. Anyway, moving on. E. Clive. He was the butler in this movie. I'm sorry, he's the burgomaster. He was also in The Invisible Man.
Related to Colin Clive?
Let's investigate. I think that might be just a coincidence. Yeah, I don't see anything about it in his bio anyway.
Yeah. Well, actually, if you look, it said family. It was just his wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, his son's
son,
David
John
Clive.
Clive. Yeah. Well, fuck that then.
Like I said, he's also in The Invisible Man. He's in The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes in 1939. Hound of the Baskervilles, also 1939. So he's murdering that fucking Sherlock Holmes cinematic universe in 1939. Mr. Moto's Last Warning, 1939.
Oh wow, he was from he was in a thing called I'm from Missouri. So if somebody says that to you now, you go, oh, so you know what pill smoke tastes like.
Pill smoke and lead-laden water.
If you're from Missouri, you know exactly what the fuck I'm saying.
Yeah. He's also in Dracula's Daughter in 1936. That's the first sequel to Dracula.
Oh, was it?
Mm?
I thought Son of Dracula was...
No, that's after.
Yeah, that was after.
Yeah. The Widow from Monte Carlo. Again, Monte Carlo and Monte Cristo show up a lot. The Man Who Broke the Bank at Monte Carlo.
That was another one that somebody else was in.
Yeah. Bride of Frankenstein. David Copperfield shows up again.
The Gay Divorcee.
Yeah, The Gay Divorcee. Charlie Chan in London. Both of those movies, 1934. The Invisible Man he's also in. I think I mentioned that, 1933. Mm-hmm. That's really it of stuff of note. And our last entry, Dwight Fry. If you are a fan of these Universal Monster movies, you are definitely familiar with Dwight Fry. He was Renfield in Dracula. He was Carl in The Bride of Frankenstein. He was also Fritz in the original Frankenstein. That's the character most people think is Igor.
Yes.
Igor does not show up until The Ghost of Frankenstein, played by Bela Lugosi.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, Fritz was like... Was the character in the book Fritz or Igor?
I want to say it's Fritz. I don't think Igor was in the book.
Okay.
Yeah. He was in Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman in 1943. The Ghost of Frankenstein, 1942, which we just mentioned. That's the one where like Igor has the broken neck. Let's see if they show the picture. He just looks weird. That's him. You can see like the huge lump sticking out of his neck.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Going back.
Who played the monster in that one?
That is Glenn Strange. That's when he took over for Boris Karloff. And that's actually most of like when most people think of Frankenstein, like a lot of the pop culture images, most of them are Glenn Strange and not Boris Karloff.
Yeah.
Yeah, people don't realize that. So The Ghost of Frankenstein. I want to say he's in like all of the Frankenstein movies. He's in The Son of Monte Cristo. Drums of Fu Manchu in 1940. Man in the Iron Mask, 1939. Son of Frankenstein, 1939. That might be it for the notable stuff that we haven't already mentioned. The Bride, The Invisible Man, The Vampire Bat, 1933.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Frankenstein, 1931. He's in The Maltese Falcon, also in this dude had a fucking amazing 1931 because he's in three cinematic classics. In 1931, he's in Frankenstein, The Maltese Falcon, and Dracula.
God damn.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
That's a good year.
Yeah. And that will do it for the Better Known As segment of the show.
Okay. We're in the crapshoot territory.
We are in the crapshoot.
I'm going to say it right now. Elsa Lanchester is a fucking smoke show.
Yeah. Elizabeth, too, in this movie's pretty hot.
Yeah. She was actually wearing stilts to make her like 7 feet fucking tall.
Really?
Yeah. This is, I think, in reality, she was like 5'4" or something.
Yeah.
Real short one. Yeah.
We have the Basil Gogos painting upstairs in our bedroom of that, like of them holding hands.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's great. Basil Gogos. So good. So underappreciated.
Yeah, I was like, I should buy another, and then like I realized like he's dead, his wife is dead, and I don't know if they sell prints anymore.
Oh, she died?
She died a couple years ago. Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It was always like one of those like, oh, I gotta reach out to her, and like I wanted to grab a print of his like Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla.
I'm sure you can find
Somebody's
prints.
got to
like
selling,
his estate has to have licensing with somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did do a few Godzillas, didn't he?
Yeah. And I never got the Wolfman that I wanted to get, like fucking Dracula. Like they were expensive. The ones I do have they were like $50 a pop. But again,
you got some of those signed by him, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I have the Godzilla one signed in the Godzilla bar, and then the Frankenstein one is upstairs signed. I have a creature one, which may or may not be signed.
Mm.
Yeah.
In case anybody's wondering, Chris's old podcast, the Brotherhood of was it the Brotherhood? Transmissions from the Evil Lair. You interviewed Basil Gogos in a limo.
In a limo traveling from New York City to Albany.
Yeah. That was a fun episode. I enjoyed listening to that.
Yeah.
Like, that was really good.
That like
unfortunately it seemed like he wasn't so apt to answer questions as much as his wife was.
Linda was, yeah. Like she was interpreting on a couple of things.
Yeah.
Like I got some stuff out of him. Like I got like he talked about like why he loves painting monsters. Like that was a real cool like moment.
If I remember correctly, he loved painting monsters for the same reason that we love monsters.
Yeah, to show that they're like misunderstood and like to like show who they really are.
Yeah.
That like every like
whoa. You would think that the mute would stay from movie to movie.
I mean, like every bit of bullshit, every like difficulty I've ever encountered in podcasting was all worth it.
Yeah.
Just for that experience.
To get to that spot. Yeah.
Like we just fucking took a limo down to the city, went to this swanky ass fucking like apartment right on Central Park, picked him and his wife up. Like, did an interview in a limo. Like it was awesome.
Yeah.
Almost was responsible for the death of Basil Gogos.
Oh, really? Wait, what?
I think I've told this story before. We stopped at a rest area, and like he's getting out of the limo. I get out first. I like to hold the door, and like I'm holding the door, and like he's getting out, and like as he's getting out, he just like starts going down, like he's heading right for this like concrete curb. And, like I just grab him by the shoulder and like whoop, pull him right up. I'm like, I got you.
Holy shit.
I'm like, well, I almost killed one of the greatest artists of our generation.
God damn it. He's so good. So ridiculously good. If you guys don't know Basil Gogos, I think we've talked about him before, but like if you don't know Basil
Gogos, the
Gogos,
name, you definitely know his artwork. Like you
absolutely do. You know what? His artwork looks like the lighting from the Munsters. Like, it's pretty.
That's dead on. The
pretty
lighting
much
in that movie is a Basil Gogos painting. Like, just it's like the lighting in this room. Like, just weird.
Everything's
and greens.
Everything's purple and green.
Yeah,
or yellow, bright fucking yellow,
red or a yellow. Yeah.
Yeah. God damn it! Look up Basil Gogos paintings.
Yeah. If you've ever seen a famous Monsters cover, you've seen a Basil Gogos painting.
Yeah, but maybe somebody hasn't. So
it's possible. There was something else I watched that I was going to mention. It's Werewolf by Night, which I liked, and then there was something else which I didn't. Oh yeah. Did you
love that?
Did you watch Interview with a Vampire?
Oh, I did not. I am so afraid.
It's boring as fuck.
So is it boring like the kind of introduction is boring and maybe it'll go somewhere good, or the whole thing is just like a bland production?
I think it's a bland production. I think I think vampires have been ruined for me as far as like a like entertainment like draw.
Yeah.
I mean, you put something like a vampire in something, and you're like, in some time in my life, I'm there. Like, you know,
Yeah.
and now like what they've done with vampires, I think I'm just like, you know, like
for me, the angsty vampire has been done to death.
yeah, and that's what this is.
Well, Interview with the Vampire was
The original
angsty vampire. Like,
yeah.
So I guess if you're just kind of tired of that archetype, then yeah.
I think that's what it is. And like I like the way they set it up. It's not I didn't realize it's not an interpretation of Interview with the Vampire. It's a sequel to Interview with the Vampire. It takes place in present day, and Louis is reaching back out to that reporter like 50 years later, because the original one it's supposed to take place in 1973.
Yeah.
To follow up and be like, you know, that was not really like the best story I could have given you. Like, there's a lot of inaccuracies. Like, let me tell you this story again, basically.
Weird.
Yeah, I thought that was weird, but like it was working. I'm like, okay, I kind of like it. Like, Louis lives in like Dubai now, and
that's especially weird because didn't he get killed at the end of that movie? Well, at the end of
you see him get bitten. And like that, it's part of the story. He has like a scar on his neck where he got bitten.
Okay,
he wasn't like turned into a vampire. Or, like,
so Lestat didn't kill him.
No, they changed the time frame too, which I was not a fan of. If you're a vampire, he's fucking immortal. You don't need to update the time frame.
Yeah,
the original one, if I'm not mistaken, starts off in like the late 1700s, or maybe like the early 1800s. Because it's still in that French era with like powdered wigs and like yeah. This one starts off in like 1910, maybe like a little bit before that. So like it's still New Orleans, but it's like
no, I can tell you exactly why. Because now he's not a slave owner.
Because he's black. Also, he couldn't be a slave owner.
Oh,
yeah, if he was black.
I forgot about that casting change. Yeah, which I don't have a problem with, but
yeah, no, I don't give a shit about that. Like, yeah,
but that one fucks with the story.
Yeah,
that's the only time it matters.
Yeah, I did not realize that. Yeah, this also, this does not bother me. It is hyper gay. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, you know, if the story's a good story, I don't care what it's about.
Yeah,
but like, it's just, I think it's just like gratuitously so.
I did like. So, I like the implied homosexuality.
Yeah, there's no implication anymore.
The original Interview.
Yeah.
Like the book and the original movie.
They're straight up fucking in this.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Yeah.
That's a little overt.
Yeah. It's what it is. Whereas like it's up to you to take that interpretation away from the original one.
Yeah.
Whereas you're just being hit over the head with the interpretation on this one.
Right.
Like I just don't. You don't have to fill in the spaces. Let me put that together. Like,
I actually forgot that was out.
Yeah.
So I am gonna give it a shot. You know, like I might like it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Like I said, I wouldn't say don't check it out. I mean, like I started off strong. Like I was into it. I'm like, all right, this is good.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, okay, like all right. You know, I was just losing interest gradually, and like by the time it was over, I'm just like, oh, I'm not even gonna watch the second episode. Fuck this.
Yeah. I don't know what's been going on with me lately. I don't know if it's just like where I'm at mentally or whatever. I can't finish a fucking thing.
I could see that. I think it's just life. Like
I started Rings of Power.
I haven't even started that yet.
And I liked it.
Yeah.
And I started the new Game of Thrones show.
That I'm digging.
I watched the first 2 episodes of that and I really liked it. I also couldn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Like
that gets better and better and better. Like they're throwing a lot of shit at you that would normally like throw viewers off. Like there are, multiple time jumps. Like there was one of like 10 years to the point where they had to recast like certain characters.
Oh, really?
And there's like another one, I think, this week where it's going to be like another couple of years time jump and they have to recast like a couple of characters.
Yeah. No, like everything I saw from it was fucking awesome. I just don't give a shit anymore about like anything.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's like a bad way to be, but
I will
It's kind
say
of where I'm at.
that's like one of the few shows that like I fucking wait for every week. Like,
Yeah.
as soon as it's over, I'm like, all right, 7 more days till the next
What's
one.
that? It's
Like,
probably what they're up to, like 6 episodes at this point.
I think this week is 7.
7, yeah.
Yeah, because the first big time jump was episode 5. This week was 6. Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's slow burn. It's building and building and building. Very, very good. Like it's very tempting for like I could see HBO being in a position to just cash in on Game of Thrones while it's still hot.
Yeah.
To just put out a fucking piece of shit show that like they know people are going to watch, and like I don't think they did that. Like this is it is fan service, but it's also not fan service, and like you've got to fucking invest in this. Like
Yeah, because you can't just casually watch it.
Yeah. But they're doing. I really, really commend the job they're doing on that.
Yeah, no, the production values were like super high in the first 2 episodes, right? Because they released 2 episodes the first week.
Yes, yeah, that sounds about right.
I think that is what they did. Yeah, everything looked gorgeous. I hate looking at Matt Smith's face,
but I was I love Matt Smith, man. He's so awesome in that.
Yeah, no, he's fine.
Yeah.
I just don't like looking at him.
He looks like a Frank Quietly like artwork. If anybody's ever read like All Star Superman,
Yeah,
like,
all the lines are squiggly.
Yeah, their faces are puffy and like yeah.
Fucking Frank Quietly is the man.
Yeah.
I don't watch She-Hulk, but I am excited that they're bringing on Daredevil.
Yeah, that was this week.
I am okay. Again, I am excited that they're bringing back the yellow and red costume, but not this version of it because it just looks fucking weird.
It does. It looks like parts of it are like unfinished or
The
unpainted.
yellow and gold has to be, or I'm sorry, the yellow and red has to be on cloth.
Yeah.
Like you can't do the armored thing.
Yeah, it looks like parts of his armor are unpainted. Like
Yeah, it
some
looks
of it's
like-
painted red. And
It looks like shitty Iron Man.
yeah, yeah. Like, oh, you forgot to paint that before you went out tonight.
So
yeah.
I might have to start watching She-Hulk to get that Daredevil fix.
I wouldn't do it just for Daredevil.
But I hear it is a really good fucking show, though.
Yeah. It's fun. It's like, I mean, a lot of like MCU stuff takes a lot of investing. You know, 'cause you've got to watch other stuff. This is just like a light. Like if you know who the Hulk is, you can watch She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Is it still Hulk's cousin?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's in like the first episode or 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like it just kind of goes from, and there's always like every week there's like another like cameo from somebody.
Oh, okay. So I remember some of the old ass comic books
Yeah.
where she was perpetually hulked out, and so was Bruce. So it was like the 90s, something or other. But they were having like full on civilized conversations, like
Yeah, she can go back and forth.
like
He
her as
can't.
the Hulk, like she is still her same like mindset, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like she's still a lawyer. Like, it's like it's just fun. It's a sitcom. It's funny. Like,
Yeah.
she breaks the fourth wall. Like, it's just it's enjoyable. It's
Okay.
not heavy. Like hard viewing. Like you've got to catch up on other stuff. And
I might have to watch that. You know what? That could be why I'm like so burned out on everything.
yeah,
Is because everything is trying to be so serious all the time.
yeah.
And the main shows that I've watched all the way through have been like lighter, kind of funny shows lately. Like, Letterkenny, Shoresy,
Yeah.
Only Murders in the Building, which is kind of heady and, serious at times, but it's mostly a comedy.
But yeah, it does it in a very light manner.
Yeah.
I think I might have skunked this Utica Club.
You skunked it?
The other night I went out across the street and I had bought a couple like bottles with me,
Yeah.
and I didn't drink all of them. I put some of them back, and this one tastes very weird.
Oh.
Yeah.
Occasionally they do.
Yeah,
They almost taste sour.
that's exactly it. It's
Yeah.
a sour taste. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
No, that's just the way they are sometimes.
That's just the club.
That's just the club being the club. Yeah, that's really what it is. I think I'm just burned out on serious shows.
Yeah,
Like, I just don't have that. I don't have it in me to be.
I need to I have enough serious shit going on.
My life is serious.
Yeah. I need to escape.
Done with it.
Yeah,
And I think that's what it is. Like, because I've started watching a bunch of those Star Wars shows, and I love Star Wars. I can't give a shit.
Yeah. I will say Obi-Wan was fucking great.
I bet it is.
Yeah.
I'm not going to watch it.
It was so much better than it had any right to be.
I know I'm going to watch 2 or 3 episodes, and then I'm going to move on with my life.
Yeah. Andor, I will say, is a bit of a slow burn.
Yeah.
But I am digging what they're doing with it. Just because it's something else, like outside of the main Star Wars saga. It's in the universe, like has nothing to do with Jedi.
Yeah.
Like it's about business. It's about like fucking people getting fucked over by like the business side of the Empire.
Yeah.
And like, that's how the rebellion starts basically.
And you know what? That sounds fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But I've got so much shit going on in my, like the inside baseball shit.
Yeah.
I've got so much shit going on in my life right now that is like driving me insane that I don't need any more fucking TV shows that are super serious.
Yeah.
Like, I'm done with it. I think I'm just going to move on to comedies and call it a day.
I fucking hear you.
Yeah.
The past 24 hours have just been like the like pressure release valve on my life. Like,
yeah. Hey, everybody. Chris went to New York Comic Con.
Yeah. Chris went fucking hard at New York Comic Con yesterday.
Yeah. Thank God for cons, man.
Yeah.
I'm so looking forward to Saratoga Comic Con.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. I cannot wait.
I just, like, it's a little stressful because I have to try to think of, collectively, we have to try to think of things like that we can give away or things that we can do to keep everybody engaged and like want to come talk to us and shit like that. And, like, what are we going to do for stickers? Are we going to have the 3D glasses? Are we going to try to find something new?
Yeah.
But, like, that's all piddly shit until we get there.
And it's just chilling out, having a good time, drinking, talking to people.
It. And I'm so looking forward to just talking to people, which is super fucking stressful for me. But it's, like, this weird thing that I'm really looking forward to doing.
Because we're talking about this super fun thing that we do. Yeah,
I love doing this show. Like, 100%. Like, I've said it before, like, if we could get paid for doing this, this will be my job.
I mean, like, the stuff like that also pays off the love of this show, and that, like, there are also people who do love this as much as we do.
Yeah, like last Comic-Con where we eventually talked to a couple of people who were like, "Oh yeah, I love your show," and like, or maybe not even I love your show, but like I listen to your show.
I love your shows.
Yeah. But just like to hear like 2 or 3 people say that is like so rewarding. It's like it's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I was so proud of us at that moment. Like okay, cool. We are doing something that at least somebody likes.
Yeah.
Other than us.
Yeah, for sure.
And I needed that at that point.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna need it like real soon too.
I 100% needed this New York Comic Con trip. Like,
yeah,
I for my group text fucking Thursday. Like Thursday the universe was trying to fucking break me Thursday, and like, I was just not gonna let it happen. Like, I just need to survive today.
Yep.
Like tomorrow's gonna be awesome.
Yeah,
and it was like,
I
have spent dozens upon dozens, if not hundreds of nights in New York in my life. And like, this was top 5. Like,
really?
Yeah. I mean, like I spent it all alone, which, poor me.
Yeah.
At the same time, I love being alone. Like I survive on alone time. So like that was good. Like I wasn't responsible for anything. Like I wasn't, didn't have a crazy dog to take care of.
Yeah.
Like, nothing like that. Like, so I mentioned this before we started recording. Whenever I plan trips like that, I always plan a bunch of shit with the mindset that like, okay, I know me, I am gonna bail out on like at least 1 or 2 things. Like, A, I'm lazy, B, I hate people.
Yeah.
So like, I'm gonna reach my breaking point. Like, I'm just gonna want to get away. I'm just gonna want to chill out and like relax and just kind of decompress.
Yeah.
And I did fucking everything yesterday. Like, I did probably about 4. Actually, no, I did probably like 5.5, almost 6 hours at the con.
That's a lot.
Yeah, especially at that con where it's. I mean, assholes and elbows wherever you go.
Yeah.
There's just so many people there. And then like on top of the volume of people, it's been, they had it last year at like a very, very reduced capacity. So this is the first time they're doing like a full on blowout con.
Yeah.
And in the 3 years that has, not been around, people have definitely forgotten how to act in a crowd, how to maneuver through a crowd.
Yeah.
It's just like, hey, there's like a stream of like 100 people moving down this aisle. Maybe it's not a good idea for you to like try to just cut diagonally across that. Or
don't do that.
Maybe it's not a good idea if you just stop suddenly and turn around and start talking to your friend when there's like 200 people trying to push down the aisle behind you. Like,
yeah.
Just shit like that. It was just like, by the end of the day, it was like, all right, I need to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it was like, oh, it's so great to be back. And then like just doing all of the fun New York shit that I love to do. Like,
did you go to Midtown?
I didn't. That's the one thing I didn't get to do, because usually every Comic-Con trip, there's a fucking drunken like late night trip to Midtown Comics.
Yeah.
And I did not, because I wasn't actually, I was in the Village, so I wasn't even near Times Square.
Okay.
They
have 2 locations, right? Is it still
like
just 2?
3. There's like 3.
Oh, okay. When I went there, I think it was just 2.
So I think there's one in Grand Central Station.
Oh, okay.
And then there's one like uptown too.
Yeah.
And there's the one in Times Square, which is like the main one.
Yeah.
But I like the hotel we've been staying at for the past couple of years has a rooftop bar. Fucking went back to my room, fucking took a shower, chilled out, like just relaxed. My dinner reservation wasn't until like 8:30, so I'm like, maybe I'll go up for some drinks at the bar. Like, again, me hating people, and just not liking public, places in general. Fucking went up to the bar, had some fucking drinks, like got all dressed up. Fucking went to my fancy ass swanky restaurant for dinner, like went all out there.
Yeah.
And then ended up going to the fucking Comedy Cellar, like had a freaking amazing time there. Had an amazing comedy lineup. Fucking Roy Wood from the Daily Show like did a drop-in set, which was pretty cool. And then like I didn't get home till like 1:30ish, 2ish.
Yeah.
Just fucking walked around New York. Like I texted you guys in the afternoon. It was a ridiculously perfect like New York City fall day.
Yeah.
Like 72 degrees. The hotel we stay at, it's like 3 or 4 blocks from the Javits Center, so it's easily walkable.
Right.
But there's a really nice Hudson Park is like right on the way. So like on the way home, I just stopped in Hudson Park. I sat there, like people watched, like just chilled out and just enjoyed this like ridiculously beautiful day. And like everything was just clicking. Everything was perfect. Like top 5 nights in New York.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! I love that fucking city. For real.
I have only been to New York City twice in my life.
Yeah.
Once was a trip to like actually go to the city and check a bunch of shit out. And another time was just getting off one train and getting on another train, going from here to DC.
Yeah.
I would love to actually like take another trip there and just see things.
Yeah.
But I don't want to do like the touristy shit. Like I want to see the cool stuff that like
Midtown Comics, like
like
the Nintendo store, which is kind of touristy, but like still, it's a fucking Nintendo store. Like,
like shit that people that live in New York City know about that tourists kind of don't or avoid.
Cool bars like Barcade and shit like that. Oh man!
But like going back to what you were saying, like I also so I have this weird like dichotomy in my brain where I love to be around people to have a good time, but at the same time I don't like being around people.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're talking about. It's this weird like I like the concept of like being at a party, being somewhere everybody's having fun, having a good time. And then in execution, I fucking hate being at a party.
So the perfect example is like when we're at Saratoga Comic-Con, I love being at our table. I hate when our table is so crowded that I can't like breathe.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if that makes sense, but like so like around the times where like the cosplay contests are going on, and there's just like jam packed with people upstairs.
Yeah. Oh, those are the worst.
That I start to get like,
I'm gonna sound like like a business driven asshole, but
Yeah.
A, there's a shitload of people around, and B, none of them are fucking buying it. They all want to borrow a pen from us.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
they do too. By the way, we need a schedule for the cosplay contests for next season.
A cup of pens.
And a cup of pens. But like, I absolutely love when people want to come over and talk to us. I don't love when people are just standing around us, like, because there's no interaction, so there's nothing really to like take my mind off the fact that there's a shitload of people just standing around us.
Yeah.
So it's like, it drives me insane. So like, my favorite times are when there's like 10 people upstairs and I can talk to every single one of them. And spend time like having a conversation. And then like, that's perfect. And then we can hear, you know, like DJ Tommy D over there, like trying to haggle on VHS tapes and shit.
Pokemon cards.
Fuck yeah, dude. Love you, Tom.
Yeah, man. Fucking top 5 nights in New York. And that is a fucking high bar to set. Because I have had some great nights in New York. I've had some shitty nights in New York too.
Yeah.
But I've had some fucking amazing nights in New York.
I'd like to go to New York. I don't want to go to New York for Comic-Con. I don't like those are just like too much.
Yeah, I could see that, but the fun shit definitely balances out the the cringy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What the fuck was I just about to say? It's gone.
No. Bodega Cat.
Bodega Cat. Yeah. The fun shit definitely balances out the cringy. We already decided today. I was talking to Evil Geeks Nick, who bailed on me last minute, motherfucker.
Oh, what a cunt.
Yeah. Next year we're doing because I bought 2 days. We usually stay 2 nights. We go 2 days and 2 nights.
Yeah.
This year we're like, you know what? We'll do 2 days of the con, and we're just going to stay one night and leave after the because we usually like on the second day we're ready to leave by like 1:30, 2 o'clock. Like it's enough.
Yeah, because I imagine you would have seen just about everything by then.
Yeah. I mean, like, and on top of that, like, I've been to so many comic shows at this point in my life that like I'm pretty fucking jaded. Like it takes a lot to wow me. And like, granted there is stuff in New York that like you're just not going to see anywhere else. But like, yeah, you really got to fucking pull out a showstopper to like.
Yeah, like San Diego would probably knock your cock off.
Maybe. I don't know for sure.
Yeah.
But like,
well, because San Diego is supposed to be like New York, but like on fucking steroids, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, like, at this point, I will admit that it is the bigger con, like the more well established one.
Yeah.
But like New York isn't that far behind it anymore.
Oh, really?
I feel like there's more like bigger like reveals and stuff like that. I think San Diego.
Like San Diego has a little more prestige. I think.
Yeah, and like New York was like kind of neck and neck for a while, and I think they like hamstringed it. It seems like because we don't get like some of the. I mean, like I went in 2012 when we went then. This was it 2012 or 2011? 2011. It was the year that The Walking Dead premiered. So like, and then it was. I just remember we had to get in early. We got into the main. I wouldn't even dream of trying to get into the main hall at this point. Like it's just an impossible like feat at this point, as far as I'm concerned. It's just too much shit involved for me to care enough of whatever's going on. Mm-hmm. But like it used to be, we would just go in early. We went in for the fucking Ghost Rider Spirits of Vengeance panel.
Ugh.
Yeah. Ugh. But because we sat through that, we got to sit through the Walking Dead panel. This is before it premiered.
Oh, they don't clear it out between.
No. So like this was.
You could just like stake it out and sit through the entire day.
I think they do now. This is before when they didn't.
Yeah.
So like the whole cast of The Walking Dead was there. Like we saw them. After that was the Avengers panel. So we got to see all of the fucking Avengers except like Like Samuel Jackson wasn't there. Fucking what's her name? Scarlett Johansson wasn't there.
Yeah.
But like everybody else was fucking like the Avengers are right there. Like
Yeah.
we don't get shit like that anymore. We still get like big panels, but like it's just like you have like perfect example. You have Black Adam opening in like a week, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Why isn't The Rock there? Why isn't there like a fucking Comic-Con panel screening of Black Adam?
Yeah.
DC didn't even have a fucking booth this year.
Really?
They usually have like the biggest booth at New York Comic-Con because they'll have like one of the like they usually take over this whole like there's like a side like offshoot of the Javits Center where there's really like they really can't put anything there except for this DC booth because it's just like a big open area and then it leads down into like where they used to have some of the panels and like where Artist Alley used to be.
Mm-hmm.
And then like it just leads out to the courtyard where they have like the food trucks and where you can go smoke. So every year it's just usually DC in this gigantic area, like 50 feet high and maybe like 100, 150 feet wide.
Yeah.
They have like movie costumes in like these big glass cases. They have like all this shit they're giving away. Like it's this huge thing. And then like it just, there was just nothing there. It was just an empty space.
Really?
Like, what the fuck? So it's just weird. Yeah, whatever. It was a fucking great time. I forget where I was going with that.
Shit's just different.
Shit's different. Yeah, it's different. It's still fun. But like, I mean, comparing to, I mean, I didn't go to the first one. I went to the second one, which was like a quarter of the Javits Center.
Yeah.
And, you know, now here we are, I am like almost 20 years later. I think it was 2004 the first time we went. 2005. No, it was 2005. It was before I worked for where I currently work, which I know that name. Yeah, it was a quarter of the Javits Center, and now today it's every single inch of the Javits Center, which is also twice the size of what it was back at that point.
Really?
Yeah, it's so much fun, but like I'm glad it's only once a year.
Yeah. I don't know, just like going to big cons like that and shit like that. It always seemed like it was out of my reach.
Yeah,
you know
it seems
I mean? So
like
I never
it's
did
really
it.
not though. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just it's are you willing to put up with like a mild amount of bullshit to get the tickets?
Yeah.
It's just, you know, you got to just be on, you know, when do they go on sale? Okay, I got to be on my computer at that time.
Mm-hmm.
It'll take me like 45 minutes probably to get tickets. I mean, like this year went in, got my tickets, realized my friends hadn't gotten their tickets, went back online and got their tickets. Like, so it's not that difficult.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's an experience. Like, I don't know. It's fun. We're still doing it. Like I said, almost 20 years later.
Yeah. Oof. I don't know. It's just not for me. I don't know. I've never been, so I can't tell you.
Yeah.
But
I mean, like, just like the memory, like
it seems like a fun adventure.
Yeah, it's not even the con itself is the best part. It's always the associated shit going on afterwards. That's always the highlight for me anyway. Like,
Yeah.
The con's fun. Like, I've seen cool shit at the con. You know, I'll pick up cool shit I won't see anywhere else, like cool artwork. But like, once you get out, that's when the fun stuff starts. That's when, like, the one year we got to fucking go to the Nerdist podcast when it was like Guillermo del Toro fucking doing an interview with like Joel Hodgson and fucking like that is still one of the like again that's another like top 5 night in New York as far as I'm concerned.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just crazy like shit. We've like fucking the one year we got invited somehow to the Legendary Films party, which was like like I got to see behind the showbiz door for a minute.
Yeah.
And holy fuck, I want to get back behind that door again. Like, like that's how awesome it was.
Well, was it New York Comic Con where you like hung out with Tony Todd and shit?
No, that was Super Mega Fest.
That was Super
out
Mega
by
Fest,
Boston. Yeah. That's the appeal of like the mid-sized con out in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
Where like, you know, there's, you know, it's not going to be the greatest. It's going to be like a glorified version of like any con you'd go to around here.
Right.
But at the same time, again, once the con's over with, it's not like you're in New York City where you have the largest city in the world, one of the largest cities in the world to go play around in.
Yeah.
Everybody's hanging out in the hotel or just, within like a 1 mile radius in town.
Okay.
So if you just go out, you're gonna run into somebody like who was like a guest at the con. Like you've heard millions of my fucking drinking stories with fucking C and D list people. Like but at the same time, like it's fucking it's fun. It's so much fucking fun.
Yeah. I want some of those stories.
Yeah.
I want it.
Yeah. I collect those stories. God damn it, they're awesome.
Hang out with Tony Todd. I think we're done here.
Yeah, we've been rambling for good 40 minutes at this point.
I think the crapshoot was longer than the actual episode this week, but I'm not sorry for it. You know what?
It's all good.
You get what you get, man. Yeah. Like, you're here for the stories. You're here for the chit chat, right? It's not just about the monsters.
It's the icing on the cake.
That's right. So, we're going to give you some socials.
I still haven't finished this sour ass Utica Club. This is my only beer I've had all night.
Jesus.
It's disgusting. Doesn't mean I'm not going to drink it. It's disgusting.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Like a Nike commercial. So, we're going to give you our socials. We're going to get the fuck out of here.
Oh. Sour ass club.
Yeah, it's weird. Our website is www.bigdumbmonsters.com or www.bigdumbmonsterspodcast.com. Either one works. Takes you to the same site. Go visit that site. If you want to email us pretty much anything you want, suggestions for the show, you have movie suggestions, beer suggestions, you have criticisms of the show, you think we can do better with something, feel free to email us at bigdumbmonsters@gmail.com. You want to do something on Twitter with us, that's totally fine. You can find us at dumb_monsters. If you are on Facebook, we are on Facebook at Big Dumb Monsters Pod. If you are a part of the Slasher all horror social media network, which is really fun, you guys should get on there. Find some like-minded folks to talk horror movies about. Big Dumb Monsters Podcast, that's where you can find us. We have a Steam account. If you guys,
that's right.
If you guys feel like maybe throwing down some video games, shoot us a friend request. We are Big Dumb Monsters Podcast on Steam. We've got a few games on there. We might jump on if anybody shows interest. That's where you can find us.
I want to say there was something else, like a new thing that we opened.
Oh, we have a Linktree. That's all.
That's what it was. Okay,
Yeah.
that's not. That doesn't need to be on the air.
These are all those things that are on the Linktree.
I did have a question about that, though. We are also on Instagram at big_dumb_monsters. And of course, you can check out the show on YouTube. Go check out the slideshow that airs with every episode. Like the channel, like the videos, subscribe to the channel.
Yes.
Bodega Cat.
Bodega Cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, and any place that you can, please rate, review, do all the things, subscribe, yeah,
follow, whatever it is.
All those individual clicks help the show immensely. So we would appreciate it if you do that. Are you ready for the words of wisdom?
Yeah, lay it on us.
Do not let ghoulies eat your ass.
And do not sleep in the deathbed.
Have a good week, everybody. Bye-bye.